Hello and welcome back to the PANACEA. We're getting into some of the most exciting of the final two strategies. Today we are discussing Healing Strategy 6 out of 7, and we'll be discussing Evaluate Growth. Once we can evaluate growth, we can begin to experience gratitude and begin to express more gratitude. So hopefully being able to experience some shifts. I imagine the last two strategies we will be able to move into even greater monumental shifts for you. And I can guarantee you, if you haven't been getting as much out of it, then you may need to go back and revisit some of the questionnaire or the self-analyses, because it is a proven system. And again, we guarantee that you will get out of it what you're putting into it. So this is when it starts to become a lot more fun and exciting. If you feel like you're ready to begin moving forward, then let's go ahead and get started. We all know that pain is inevitable. We either experience the pain of not growing or the growing pain. So choose your pain or your pain will choose you. We all have some purpose that is built into us and that is hardwired and inherent in our desires. Nothing ever goes away until it teaches us what we need to know and we're meant to learn. What lessons have you gained from your experiences related to the person or presenting problem that has subsequently shaped you into developing new strengths and gifts to reach your untapped potential? Has it driven ambitions in some area of your life or motivated new change? Because our challenges teach us growth and refine our character by design, not default. As we've mentioned before, strength resistance contributes to our growth. And it's an inarguable fact that judgment toward others are judgments we hold toward ourselves. So what is the missing ingredient? Whether through hard knocks or where you have perceived voids that sparked your passions and gifts. We all have our backstory that we can lean on to make us better for it or not, should we choose. It can help to imagine when you feel at your best, happiest, free, or you can ask a handful of close individuals that know you best what they see as your greatest gifts and strengths. What help do others specifically approach you for or seek your expert advice on? You can express gratitude and appreciation for these growing experiences, and how has it changed you for the better, or who has it helped you to become today? You can take time to adequately reflect on this and build a list over time and circle back to it whenever you need as a useful tool to reference. When we spend too much time agonizing on what we have defined as bad or wrong, rather than on the countless things that are right and good in life, by disqualifying the good, we reinforce and live in the domain of the distorted lens and negativity biases, perpetuating more agonizing experiences. As humans, we have an almost infinite capacity for taking things for granted, unfortunately, and particularly those are most deserving of our gratitude. Gratitude is a high vibrational principle and of the noblest of virtues. Gratitude is one of the most transformative principles in the universe. It is the parent of all virtues because it is a fruit and a root principle. It is a law of both cause and effect. And in other words, gratitude is the means by which to obtain happiness, and conversely, happiness will result from gratitude. If there is only one principle to remember and focus on, let it be gratitude. Never overlook the impact gratitude has on creating positive transformation. Being grateful stimulates the brain chemistry that we associate with laughter and being in love. We can lift ourselves and others when we refuse to remain in the realm of negative thinking and instead cultivate an attitude of gratitude. If you let gratitude accompany your thoughts each day, then all other virtues will be sure to follow. Should you struggle to feel gratitude, then you can always ask yourself the following question. What would make life more worthwhile for you? What can you do to make a difference for someone in need? And what do you value that you can perhaps begin living congruent to today to make more meaningful and fulfilling? List 1 to 3 answers and ensure you give yourself permission to begin meeting this vital need. When we provide value for others, we naturally derive more value and worth, essentially feeling deeper fulfillment and gratitude. If gratitude is what you wish to see, then you need to be the change you wish to see. And can you see why we use this quote and it works in infinite ways? A Greek philosopher was born a slave and once said, "A wise woman does not grieve for the things that he or she does not have, but rejoices for which she or he has." So regardless of our circumstances, each of us has much to be grateful for if we will pause and contemplate what is fortunate in our life and our blessings. After evaluating our growth that follows hardship, we will always recognize the blessings that followed in our life, and we'll have much gratitude to express from the valuable learning opportunity. For instance, when you may be facing a challenge and struggling to evaluate your growth, then reflect on the person you are ready to become as a result of overcoming your challenge. Re-anchor your wise mind and new identity once again, and remove the old faulty programming. What do you hope to develop from your growing pains? What new opportunities do you see unfolding as a result of achieving a new goal or overcoming a particular hardship? What new opportunities do you hope to experience? And who are you ready to become, and who do you need to become in order to allow your ideal reality to be manifest? Is the payoff of the growth worth the cost of the challenge? If not, then you may need to repurpose your goal or discover new payoffs. When I say self-mastery, what image or feeling comes to mind? How close are you to achieving the feeling of attaining self-mastery? Whatever you may envision is meant for your life path, and the growth is indicative to your particular point of how congruent or not you are to that particular reality. So reflect on your life and observe how a positive outcome arose from a challenging situation that you once endured. You probably gained wisdom or developed a new skill from the hardship. Each hardship is an opportunity to transform you. When you begin to look at your life in this way, you will become a more durable person who has the strength to withstand almost any challenge and will suffer much less. Achieving the final healing strategy of gratitude in your circumstances completes the healing process, as gratitude is the alchemy to all of our hardships. When we achieve a state of gratitude, we gain victory over our circumstances. We transmute our woes and sorrows into a positive learning experience where we never have to repeat the lesson again, for it has been mastered. Isn't that encouraging? And maintaining a gratitude mindset protects us from harm or negative energy from others, because it puts us in our heart where we can exude positive energy. We will always align to that exact vibrational match. So what vibration do you want to create? As we know, it's always an inside job that must be created internally first. When others are appreciative and express their gratitude to you, what harm would you want done to them? Roland McCready, the director of the research at the HeartMath Institute, wrote in the paper, The Energetic Heart, the heart generates the largest electromagnetic field in the body. The electrical field, as measured in an ECG, is about 60 times greater in amplitude than the brainwaves recorded in an EEG. We all know by now our reality is created through the view of our perceptions that's mirrored within our beliefs and whatever is our operating in our subconscious programming. So life is the mirror reflecting our developed and undeveloped ways, and it's indicating where we still have room to grow. We are generally drawn or compelled to specific qualities that we either admire in others or feel is missing in ourselves and hope to attain. Until we identify what quality or trait we are drawn to in others and wish to acquire for ourselves or adjust within ourselves, we will understand what we subconsciously have perhaps aligned to that on our path for our own personal unfoldment and fulfillment. Because our desires are clues into our destiny and what we're meant to fulfill in our lives. For example, like feeling empowered to enable you to accomplish a specific mission or fulfill a greater purpose that will benefit others, only once you feel ready and believe it's possible will you finally align to it. And will it be possible, as it goes with the quote of, you must first conceive to believe to achieve. So what qualities do you feel are either inherent or latent potential waiting to be expressed? For instance, if it is using your creative talents or writing a book, taking part in a humanitarian project, or becoming a leader, entrepreneur, taking up creative writing or voice talents. Again, we've discussed other goals or perfecting their craft and working in a particular service, that if we're drawn to others that shine or have mastered these particular skills that you desire, it's also in your radar. And when you are aligned to this part of your soul's urge to be fully self-expressed, then you will bring it into further completion. So Continue applying your awareness incrementally until you fully realign to your inner truth to achieve your internal wholeness. Anything that gains your acute attention is bringing you further into metaconscious living. This is when we also align to specific individuals in our life that may possess these qualities, gifts, or talents. Can you think back on a time when this has been true for you? Who have you recently aligned with in your life, and what particular qualities do you wish to embody and to manifest your ideal vision or reality? Is it optimism, luck, persistence, competence, joy, laughter, either mental, physical, or emotional health and vitality? Again, when you see these qualities within another that you've aligned to, it is generally reflecting where you're ready to grow and improve so that you can begin to up-level your life. And what can this individual model for you that you may also model for them? It's always a win-win and a mutual exchange and an equal contribution that we will align to when we are finally ready to advance our lives to the next level. And as the mirrors hold true, remember each individual only reflects you. They're always a reflection within your own subconscious operating. The past, present, or future version, surfacing what qualities need to be healed and recovered or yet to be established. Truth is universal and governs our soul expression. Anything that hasn't been congruent to that may cause discontent, angst, or anxiety when we don't live by the principles that resonate universal truth. And we may need to re-examine what belief paradigms we are needing to let go of in order to make room to resonate with universal truths. We will only experience anxiety when a limiting belief is operating that sets off the trigger, like working hard to get ahead or not believing you're deserving of more or good enough to succeed at something. The limiting belief will trump us every time until it is reprogrammed by activating the brain capacity through consciously focusing our attention on our desire with feeling sensation and through repetition. So look at what others around you are teaching you and where you can continue to progress. If they're all a mere metaphorically speaking and instantaneous feedback response into your false beliefs or where you feel disconnected, and if they're coming into your life to help grow you, then you're likely a mirror for them as well and cross paths for this particular reason. It may be a sacred contract, or you may look at it as a cosmic relationship because there are no accidents and all life experiences correlate to one another. It may appear as abstract thinking, however, we are all creating our own reality through our perception. In essence, everything occurs to us exclusively through the magnified binoculars of our own perception. This encompasses our reality. So let's hope it's a healthy and expanded perception when we can also look at it through the perception of others. Then we have that expanded perception. So who are the people in your life that appear to exhibit a mirror to you? Reinforce the strengths you have gained by identifying what you have learned or what you are meant to gain from these individuals and experiences that perhaps is related to your presenting problem or person or in a relationship. And how have you grown or what have you gained? How has this person or problem contributed to your character or inspired you to be a better person, even if it's to correct what wasn't working or serving you? Does this person or problem motivate new change for you to achieve your goals, even if it was out of spite or to prove your own worth and abilities? Here's another transformational gratitude step. Again, according to the Heart Math Institute, the best way to create new success in your life is to create a clear intention and match it with an elevated emotion like gratitude or excitement, which will inevitably change your genetics. Our thoughts are our electrical charge and quantum field. When we use the electrical signal of thought combined with the chemical input, a feeling will produce the proper apparatus for growth and potential for whatever we are consciously or unconsciously creating. Be certain that you are clear and conscious of your intentions and what outcomes you are creating through this universal law. We must internally shift our vibrational frequency to the exact frequency we wish to align to in order to create and manifest that exact equivalent.